Now, of course, every day we talk about an ism, be it racism or sexism, all the stuff that has a cause, a ribbon, a day to match. But there's one that I think is even more pervasive than either of those, and it is ageism. The attitude that many people have of simply dismissing people of a certain age. Now, this can be never okay, but sometimes innocent, but more often than not, is actually quite problematic. Anyone over the age of 50 who has tried to get a job similar to the one they used to have in their 40s knows that job interviews can be a horrible example of this. When someone far younger than you automatically turns around and says, no, you're too old, out of the way. But one area where you wouldn't think that ageism would be being practiced is in the health industry. But we learned today, via some work in the Daily Telegraph and some other work done by non-profits, that the number of people who are of a certain age who feel that the health system is practicing ageism is pretty extraordinary. In fact, half of all older people have experienced ageism by doctors, including by being denied treatment, disrespected, discriminated against. The worst bias has been against senior patients is apparently for joint replacements, cancer or sexual health. Put simply, in many cases, someone somewhere turns around and says, nah, you're too old. It's not worth it. You're too far gone. A survey of 1,400 people by the Benevolent Society found 47% of older patients reported age discrimination from GPs. That's 50% from specialists, 49% from public hospitals as well. Another survey found that doctors were denying older Australians treatment because they were too old and because politicians consider them to be, quote, bed blockers. Again, of all of the isms, and this is the one that doesn't have the hashtag and doesn't have the ribbon and doesn't have the days of awareness, ageism is way too prevalent in our society. If you have examples of it, particularly how you've been disrespected by the medical staff that should be taking care of you, please send me an email, paul@skynews.com.au.